Successful mission. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. That missing U.S. airman shot down last week over Iran has been rescued.
President Trump overnight providing new details that dozens of U.S. military aircraft were used to retrieve him as U.S. leadership tracked his location. Hundreds of U.S. forces racing against the clock to rescue the crew member. Fox News has learned that after the fighter jet was shot down on Friday, the weapons systems officer hiked to an elevated mountain ridge where he hid and waited for retrieval. The pilot of the jet was rescued by U.S. Special Forces on Friday, but President Trump said they waited to confirm as to not jeopardize the second operation. The president added, quote, "This is the first time in military memory that 2 U.S. pilots have been rescued separately deep in enemy territory." The IDF said they avoided striking this area as American planes and helicopters flew at a low altitude, hoping to find any sign of the service member.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. The president also said the airman was injured but is expected to recover. Meantime, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky warning that a prolonged U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran could eventually hurt support for Ukraine. He says Kyiv urgently needs more Patriot air defense systems as it faces continued attacks from Russia. Zelensky fears U.S. resources could shift to the Middle East and claims Russia is benefiting, including sharing intelligence with Iran. NASA's Artemis II crew is close to making history as they plan to go where no man has gone before.
The Artemis II astronauts are now more than halfway to the moon on a historic mission that will take them deeper into space than any humans have ever gone. On Monday, the astronauts, 3 Americans, 1 Canadian, will begin to slingshot around the moon and back to Earth. They'll see the moon's far side for about 5 hours and features never seen by the human eye.
And that is Fox's Rich Edson. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Basketball in Indianapolis. It's cloudy and 40 degrees during this Easter morning. I'm Renuka Bajpai. Here's what's trending at 11:03. Indiana native Braylon Mullins with another big late shot to help UConn keep their separation during Illinois' late game comeback.
Early in the second half, though, but you line up a really big one late in the game. Set up that play, and how did it work?
I believe it was coming out of a timeout, and there must have been like 15 seconds on the clock. And just knowing that we go to our base set that we run with under 10 on the shot clock, and I just saw separation off Terrace's screen, and I work on that shot every day in practice, so it's repetition.
The national championship will be Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Downtown Indianapolis has transformed its hub for college basketball fans as Final Four festivities take over the city. The NCAA Fan Fest is drawing large crowds with interactive events, exhibits, and activities celebrating the sport. Organizers say the event is designed to give fans of all ages a hands-on basketball experience beyond the games themselves. Michigan dominated Arizona in a decisive 91-73 victory during the Final Four, to securing their place in the NCAA tournament title against UConn on Monday. WIBC time 11:04. Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
On this Easter Sunday, chilly temperatures, but quiet conditions with decreasing clouds. Should get some sunshine. Today's high 53, partly cloudy tonight, a low of 39. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
I'm Renuka Bajpai, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
A message from Tia Mowry, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador. Game day isn't staged. It's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Hey, good morning, Central Indiana. Happy Easter from all of us here at WIBC. This is the First Day Show. I'm Terri Stacy. Over there is Kielynn Talley.
Happy Easter indeed.
You little chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget? I'd rather be a peep.
You can be a peep if you want to. It's not bad, all marshmallowy. They're very good roasted, by the way. I don't care for them unless they're kind of cooked like a marshmallow.
I love putting them with some graham crackers and the chocolate. Oh, yeah.
Not bad at all. Denny Smith is out today, and maybe for a while he'll be missing us. We know we miss him and his presence here on Sundays, but for sure you'll hear him every Saturday on Home and Garden Show from 9 to 1. Thank you all so much for joining us, whether you are here listening to us on the radio or you're watching us on YouTube. Whatever you're doing, we're grateful that you're able to share a little bit of your time here on this Easter Sunday. I think it is fantastic news as we hear that U.S. Airman was rescued. That is a great news to hear on this Easter Sunday, Kielynn.
We're so thankful for it.
Absolutely.
All week.
Listen to this. He evaded capture for more than a day, as we now know, and you heard in Fox News, but he was equipped with a pistol, a communication device, and a tracking beacon, according to U.S. officials, and then he hid in a mountain, like a crevice or a crevasse, whatever.
Right, while he set off the beacon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just hid there alone and then scaled this rugged terrain, and then a massive rescue effort unfolded. And that was amazing, that operation, with U.S. commandos swarming this high mountains to bring the officer to safety. It says here, after the air... Is that right? Yeah. The U.S. commandos swarmed that high mountain after the aircraft dropped bombs to clear that area. Truly amazing, and truly grateful for every one of you that are there and everywhere serving our country on this Easter day. That is good news to wake up to. It has been a huge weekend and continues here in downtown Indy for sure. Congratulations to UConn and Michigan, headed to the championship game tomorrow night. And at about 11:45, you'll hear my conversation with Josh Mullins, father of UConn superstar Braylon Mullins from Greenfield. Kielynn, there's plenty on tap today. Still, no game, but there is a game.
There
NIT
is,
at Gainbridge.
3:30 as well. The women's championship is going to be happening. So you've got the NIT, the women's championship, and then everything in between for all of the festivities. You've got the Georgia Street tip-off tailgate. That's a watch party place if you want to watch either of those games. The Walk and Talk Indies are also happening this weekend with our
that's
first
cool
day
with
friend.
Samson.
Yep, Samson Livingston. Today at 4 and 5:30, and then also tomorrow at 4. You can meet at the Index, and it's a 45-minute to hour walk. You can get tickets online. Just go to his profile, Samson Livingston, or Walk and Talk Indy, and you can get those tickets before they go.
Oh, you'll have such a good time, and you'll learn a ton. And it's, you know what? I know it's 43 degrees and feels like 29 with the wind chill right now, but we're hardy. And it's going to get warmer, a little warmer today. Sunshine, I'm told, may come out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
And
be all
Samson
right.
understands how cold it can be. He is full of energy and will go through it anyways, but he knows it's not for everybody. So he does use some of the tunnels to get around, and that'll help out a little bit as you're going through the history.
Yeah.
March Madness Music Festival is taking place at 3 o'clock. That's when the event opens. You'll have Troy Boy, Dominic Fike, Megan Maroney, and Post Malone. Pretty excited about that.
Free.
Yes, free. Come on. Who else? Why not? Anyways, you can go free. It's over here by the war memorials. You just enter right in. No umbrellas, but it's not going to be raining like yesterday, so you don't have to worry about that. You got your clear bag policy, all of those things. They were giving away free Coca-Cola yesterday for the Coca-Cola Live. Appreciate that.
That was probably, there was a few rough moments, I think, with the rain last evening.
Yeah.
But everybody got through it, and the crowd
chilly.
still was very good for the shows last night.
It was not as crazy as Friday's concert line for 21 Pilots. Oh my gosh.
Long
Seeing
wait.
everybody and the horse race that happened when the event opened.
Kielynn, that was like in the olden days, we were talking about this yesterday on Home and Garden. That's what festival seating used to be like for us to go to concerts.
Same for Indy 500, right?
Well, yeah. When it comes to getting your car in, it used to be quite the sight. Anyway, yeah, plenty to do tonight.
I'm curious how it'll be tonight with Post Malone, because Post Malone is a great artist, and I know people are going to show up for it, but it's not as nice weather as Friday, so we'll see. But then there's also the Final Four Fan Fest at the Indiana Convention Center. Still open today from noon to 6, and then tomorrow noon to 8. It's $15 tickets, but there are plenty of different ways to get around that. You've got free for kids 12 and under. Military personnel get them free with 3 additional guest tickets. If you're a college student with a valid ID, you could go. Capital One card holder, they get a lot of things free these days. Yesterday, they had the Capital One card holder lounge at the concert.
Oh, that's cool.
They get to go in, and I heard some people were getting free drinks. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a Capital One card holder, so I can't tell you. But then if you're also a Final Four game ticket holder, you can get in for free there and do a little bit more. And then the Swish Arts and Culture Festival all around downtown. There's so much to do. You might as well.
And there's going to be a lot of people dribbling basketballs coming up here shortly. That registration is closed, but there will be hundreds of kids and adults. I think adults. I'm not sure.
Adults
but dribbling
with the kids,
from one place to get to Victory Field if you're coming downtown. A lot of closures as well. Matt Bair will keep us up to date. We'll talk to him here coming up shortly. And let's not forget.
Please layer up those kids.
Yeah, please do for right now, and it'll get better. But yeah, the wind is what is so cold. And watch young golfer Carmel's Karis Reed in the drive chip putt finals on the Golf Channel today, just ahead of the Masters at Augusta National, and that started at 8 this morning. So I'm thinking about her and wishing her the best. We had a great conversation last week. It is day 4 for Artemis 2 astronauts. If all goes well, the moon flyby will begin tomorrow. Plus, they've taken some spectacular pictures of Earth. If you've seen those. And I've told you before, I am such a space nut. Jeremy
She's a
Hansen,
lunatic.
I am. Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Reed Weissman. And they talked about that, some of the first words that we got to hear from them. And I want you to hear this if you haven't.
I just kept saying to them yesterday, I really like it up here. I wish I could have got here sooner.
Well, the first thing I would say is trust us. You look amazing. You look beautiful. And from up here, you also look like one thing. You know, Homo sapiens is all of us, no matter where you're from or what you look like. We're all one people.
There's nothing that prepares you for the breathtaking aspect of seeing your home planet both lit up bright as day and also the moon glow on it at night with the beautiful beam of the sunset.
We have been to the moon before in 1968 through 1972. It's been a long time since we've been back. And I got to tell you, there is nothing normal about this. Sending 4 humans 250,000 miles away is a Herculean effort, and we are now just realizing the gravity of that.
That's Artemis 2 crew, and again, tomorrow a big day for them, and I know we'll be seeing lots more pictures. One thing that jumped out at me, I watched it from start to finish meaning the launch, and I got very involved an hour before and stayed an hour after. And one thing that jumped out at me was seeing all of the females that are a part of this mission and sitting in mission control. And that's because, I go back to Apollo days and seeing those black and white films that we used to see. Mm-hmm. And there were very few, if any, females. And it's just a cool sight, guys. I think it's neat to see so many females that are now interested in aerospace and have been for a while. But we really see it in front of us now with Artemis 2. Don't forget, everybody, you need to get in. If you need to register to vote, tomorrow's your last day. Get that in. You've got, your new update registrations can be made online at indianavoters.com until 11:59 on Monday, April 6th. And again, you've got until tomorrow to register to vote in time for the May May 5th primary. Next hour, interesting conversation, I think, on this Easter Sunday about the holy relics that are kept in Washington, D.C. And coming up, our very own Easter egg hunt and Easter according to kids on the first day. 93 WIBC.
Trump says we haven't even started destroying what's left.
93 WIBC.
Trump warning it is time for Iran to make a deal before it is too late, and there is nothing left.
What happens next?
Trump has fired Pam Bondi as the Attorney General.
Army Chief of Staff and 2 other generals are removed from their positions.
Happens here.
Conservation officers recover the body of an 11-year-old girl from the East Fork White River.
IMPD says they kept getting multiple tips from people about drug-related activity going on.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Yeah, Hammer's going to tell you about this amazing sale going on right now, Window Nation, windownation.com. It involves 0% interest financing and saving a ton of money on brand new, professionally installed, high-quality windows. I had them installed in my house. They were in and out within a day. Left my place cleaner than before the install. 45,000 5-star reviews online with Window Nation.
This is a mega sale. This is legit. Window Nation's the more you buy, the more you save sale. It's happening right now, where you could get up to 50% off all window styles for your home. Plus, you could get them with 0% financing for up to 5 years. All you have to do is schedule a free consultation. That's right. Speak to somebody for free. Ask all the questions. windownation.com. Hurry, the sale ends soon. windownation.com.
Hello, everybody. Terri Stacy here. If you hate to paint, you need Rhino Shield. It's that simple. You know, right now you're checking out everything. I'm sure this spring has sprung, and we're looking around the house and outside the house. And if you see those cracks again and chipped paints, you know you got to get up there again. Eventually, on the ladder, paint, it's hard. And the thought of it is not what I wanted to do anymore. So call Rhino Shield and you will never paint your house again. Rhino Shield is ceramic coating specifically formulated for our climate. And really, truly, unlike traditional painting contractors, Rhino Shield is a long-term solution. And they do brick and wood and metal, and it comes in colors, over 1,100 colors. Rhino Shield comes with a 25-year transferable warranty, which I think is best of all. And that ensures your investment is protected for years to come. So you get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for your home right now, 15% off the regular price. But it's limited, so call them today at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41. Residential, commercial, don't paint, no vinyl. Go Rhino and never paint your house again.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Party people, it's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. And you've heard me talking about my success at Premier Weight Loss Indy. I was Fatty McButterpants, right? I can admit it. I was well on my way to 300 pounds. I lost a little weight on my own, but then I hit a plateau and I gained a little back. I couldn't lose anymore. So I reached out for help, and I've been with Premier Weight Loss Indy since November. Since I partnered with them, I'm down nearly 30 pounds. My energy level is up. My muscle mass is up. All the numbers are trending in the right direction. Reaching out to Premier Weight Loss Indy was the best decision that I made. And if they can help a guy like me, I promise you, they can do wonders with you. So do not wait. Go to pwlindy.com. You are going to love the way you feel. They have 2 different locations, pwlindy.com. Tell them Hammer sent you.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Your child's oral health milestones matter. By age 1, see a pediatric dentist to establish good oral health habits. At 7, see an orthodontist to check your child's bite, teeth, and jaws. Around 15, visit an oral and maxillofacial surgeon to have your child's wisdom teeth examined. Remember, milestones met, healthy teeth set. Visit milestonesmet.org.
It's 11:20. It is 43 degrees. Feels like 29 with that wind chill. Bundle up if you're headed out for your Easter egg hunts. I'm Terri Stacy along with Kielynn. Tally, the little one, is in there with me, going to be playing an Easter game that you can play along with us as well. I wish I could read to you. I just got a text from Pat Sullivan. Happy Easter, he says. He's given us some takeaways for Easter service. I can't read all of it to you, but somebody was sitting in his pew.
Oh no.
And it was a complete stranger. His biggest fear on Christmas and Easter is that people are going to come and take his pew. And somebody did, and they ended up sitting in the very front row, and he says not comfortable for a Catholic. Happy Easter, Pat Sullivan, to you and your family. It'll get better. All right, Shirley, Pat makes me smile. Pat makes me smile, and I think that this Easter, according to kids, I guarantee this is going to make you smile. Here's a group of young ones from Southland Christian Church in Kentucky. Here we go.
After Jesus died, they put Jesus in a tomb and wrapped him with some white paper. They put a big stone around it and placed guards in front of the tomb to let nobody go in. He was just waiting for the 3 days. He's probably drinking soda while eating hot Cheetos. He would probably play games like Candyland and then have a party by himself. The Easter Bunny was hiding behind a tree. He probably went out there and just throw eggs everywhere, and then he's gonna say, "There's one money egg, so you better find it. You'll get some money." 3 days later, there was a big earthquake.
During the earthquake.
I think we should go away somewhere safe. Psych, I'm getting out of here. The earth is shaking. Run for your lives. And the guards ran off because they got scared. And then on Sunday, Mary and some of her friends came with some spices. But when they got there, the tomb is empty. His clothes only was there. Then an angel came and said, "Don't be afraid. Jesus has risen from the dead. Go tell the good news." Mary and her friends went and told the disciples. She said, "Jesus has risen from the dead." Guys, Jesus has risen from the dead. And the disciples didn't believe them. No, that couldn't happen. Jesus can't raise from the dead. I don't believe it until I see it. Like, all of a sudden, Jesus came, just was there. I am Jesus. I am the Son of the Lord God, and I am Jesus, your friend. And then the disciples said, "Jesus, it's you! Yay! Jesus is alive!" Totes cool. Jesus, before he left to heaven, he said, "I have done what I have came to done." And then he risen, then he was going up to heaven. His disciples were crowded around him. The disciples said, "Holy guacamole, I can't believe Jesus really flew. That's awesome." Now what? Let's go tell the news.
That is Easter according to kids, and it does make me smile. So I hope you enjoyed it too. That's a group of young ones from Southland Christian Church in Kentucky.
That one reminded me of a joke. Can I share it with you?
Oh, please.
Why didn't Jesus eat guacamole on Easter?
I don't know. I didn't know that was could be heard more than twice from the kids and from you. No.
Because he didn't want to be caught between the chips and the cross. Nothing.
Oh, I had to think about it for a minute.
Okay.
We'll
leave it at holy guacamole.
It's okay. Happy Easter, everybody. You want to play, you want to do I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but you want to do a scavenger hunt, a make-believe scavenger hunt?
Wait.
Where
and
you
I
guys
can just sit here?
Yeah, where you guys can guess which Indianapolis landmark where I've hidden the eggs by my clues. Want to?
I love this idea.
How about this one? This will start off easy. Books and stories fill my halls. Knowledge here is free for all. Lions guard me proud and wise. Where am I before your eyes?
The Indianapolis Public Library.
There you go.
Let's
At a
go.
girl. At a girl.
Ding, ding, ding.
This one's a little harder. A field of green with ivy walls where summer echoes bat and calls. Come on.
Bat and calls.
Bat and calls.
When you
Not
said summer,
Wrigley's home.
My thought, I love my boys in blue, but that's where my summer is, not where the bat is. Okay. Victory Field.
Victory
Let's
Field
go,
at a
Indians.
girl. Pat Sullivan now owes you $20.
Ooh.
You got 2 right.
We're up and up.
Yep, here we go. A village frozen, yet not in time, where pioneers in silence climb. This is where I've hidden an egg. You know. No voices speak, yet stories stay. What living history's on display? Where have I hidden the egg?
It's at a war memorial?
Nope.
Where
a village frozen.
Oh, a village.
Think about a village. Kind of here in central Indiana, not necessarily right in Indianapolis, but a suburb. And it's a wonderful place called Connor Prairie. Give me $10 back.
Oh my gosh, that's
$10 back.
That's a good one. Good job, Terry.
Have we got time for another one? Ooh.
Yeah.
Do
We've got time. Yep.
Wait, Matt Bair's coming up in a minute. All right, here we go. Water climbs when it should fall, defying logic, baffling all. Boats go up but never down. Name this oddity near the town. This hard one.
Boats go up but not down.
Yeah, what would that be? That's kind of what would that be? When you boats go up and down? It's called
I don't remember
lock.
what it's called.
White River Canal locks. I don't know where those
They
even
have
are.
that? Wow. I'm learning something new today.
I know. Want one more?
Please, one more so I can rise
Where
again.
I've hidden the eggs. A president's name without his house, a university without a spouse, split by streets yet joined in flame. What campus shares this double name?
The president's house. Am I overthinking this? It's just
a president's name without his house. A university without a spouse, split by streets yet joined in flame. What campus shares this double name? A campus, so it's a college.
There's a college right there?
Indiana University, Purdue University.
Are you kidding me, Terry? I hope someone else is learning from this.
You don't
oh
have
my
any
gosh.
money now. You have
the
no money.
YouTubers are going crazy
We
in
owe
the
you
chat.
nothing. Are
I'm
they
happy
getting
you're
it?
getting it. They got Connor Prairie off the bat.
Did they? Okay, let me
Kudos
get.
to
Do I have
ya.
time for one more?
Okay. Let's let YouTube get this one.
Okay, here we go. I'm a house that tells a tale of poets, dreams, and Hoosier pride, named for one whose verses last. Stop inside and take a ride.
Well, you lost me at Take a Ride. I was going to think Kurt, but
no, this
that's
one's
not
too
Kurt
hard. I don't
Vonnegut's.
think that the chat will even get this one. Again, I'm a house that tells a tale of poets. Think about a Hoosier poet. James Whitcomb Riley Museum House.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, now you owe me $10.
Terry, I'm going to create a whole little scavenger hunt adventure place so then everyone can go around this map and check out all these spots because that's awesome.
Oh, that's going to be hard, but okay.
I love that.
I have a lot more.
Well, that's too bad.
We got to go. Matt Bair's coming up next. 93 WIBC.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon. You wish would never end. taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
New Bluebell Brookie a la mode ice cream brings brownies and cookies together like never before. Big chunks of brownies, soft chocolate chip cookie pieces blended into a rich, creamy brown sugar ice cream. It's not too good to be true. It's just that good.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your favorite grocer. If you can't find it, please ask for it.
You still got them walls from that metal shed that blew up a couple years back while you was playing with your chemistry set? It's all good. How about that big old chain link fence from when you and your cousin started that wrestling league as a tribute to Hulk Hogan? It's all good. R.I.P. Hulk.
No matter what scrap metal you've got, it's all good with Sol Good Industries. The best price for your scrap. Copper, aluminum, stainless, appliances, electronics, and more. Drop it all off for cash, residential and commercial. It's all good with Sol Good. 317-929-1111.
It's Terri Stacy, and Premier Deck Coating has really changed our life when it comes to saving us time and money, preparing and protecting our deck year after year. I love what they've done for us. Premier Deck Coating is the ultimate deck protection, sister company of Rhino Shield. You've heard me talk about, locally owned, and we have noticed such a difference in the appearance of our deck since they put it on a couple years ago. No more stains now that we have Premier Deck Coating. Completely transformed the deck with this special formulated product. It's backed by a 10-year warranty, and virtually any color that you want, they'll sand the walking surfaces, repair the damaged boards, and then apply their Protect Deck and Railing coating, and that repels mold, moisture, resists scratches, and keeps your deck looking great for years to come. They can do fences too and pergolas. Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. We love what they've done for us, and you can get a free quote right now. Visit premierdeckcoating.com.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Fox News, I'm Sue Gusman. Thousands of U.S. Army paratroopers arriving in the Middle East as the buildup intensifies.
The president has hinted he might consider taking Karg Island, but U.S. bombs recently cratered its landing strip, or ordering an operation to grab nearly 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium buried inside the Isfahan tunnels, or to demine the Strait of Hormuz.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. The FBI says the shooter who drove his truck in a synagogue near Detroit March 12th, Ayman Ghazali, was inspired by the Islamic terror group Hezbollah.
Ghazali tried buying a weapon at a couple of stores that turned him away until he was able to buy an AR-style rifle and 300 rounds near his home in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. That next night and the following morning, he was searching online for things like the largest gathering of Israelis in Michigan.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. America's listening to Fox News.
caught me snacking on this Easter Sunday. What a surprise.
Who isn't snacking right now? If you're not, I hope you go get that.
I know.
Get that snack and change it immediately.
I love that Reese's or that Hershey says they're going to go back to the old ingredients using real chocolate and real ingredients in the Reese's peanut butter cups.
I don't believe it after all that. Oh my gosh.
Hey, listen, it's a happy Easter to you all. Terri Stacy along with Kielynn, Tami, and Indianapolis is so busy. Downtown has been busy since about Thursday on. It has been incredibly fun for so many, but traffic is a little bit of a challenge.
It's a beast.
And for those of you going back to work tomorrow, I mean, there's just a lot going on. And so here to talk about it is the one and only Matt Bair. Matt?
Bair!
Hello.
Woo! Happy Easter Sunday, pal.
Happy Easter to everybody, and thank you for letting me come on. Yeah, Terri, you said something there that I really wanted to remind everybody about, and that's these closures are still going to be in place for tomorrow morning's rush. And we're talking about some of the major corridors in downtown, like Meridian Street and like North Street. And I went through Capitol Avenue this morning by the Convention Center and Lucas Oil Stadium where the NCAA Final Four is being held. And it's down to one lane, and Capitol's just this major bottleneck, as commuters know. And then just north of that, you have the hospital construction, and you'll have Washington Street closed this afternoon. It is a thing, but the point being, it's going on through tomorrow, and a lot of these closures aren't going to lift until later in the week.
Oh.
So I'm talking about morning rush. I'm talking about evening rush. And then, because remember, I mean, you guys, have you seen the big, like, scaffolding on Penn?
Yeah.
Going south, yeah, it looks like 500, Indianapolis 500.
It does. It really, and I think with that scaffolding, first of all, this has been such a trying time trying to get around our building, which is between Pennsylvania and Meridian, and it's on 10th, it's right around 10th Street. And so everything south of us, near the library and beyond, all these roads have been all blocked and partially blocked, and they put this scissor lift up at the American Legion Mall right there on Penn. And I think that's like the VIP club. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a VIP club of some sort. Amazing. But it's hard for traffic.
I wasn't invited to the VIP. That's all I know. And nobody asked me to come. But yeah, they're going to have to tear that stuff down, essentially. And they can't reopen the street and make everything like it was, which wasn't great. But they can't make it like it was until they get the construction and the teardown done. So we're still looking at a couple of days for a lot of these major corridors downtown. And it's going to be tough. And I know we have for a while there, people weren't working downtown with COVID and the lockdowns and everything. And then we've slowly trickled back in. And now a lot of people are working downtown again. So these areas just, they're right there at 65.
Yeah.
They're right there at the interstate. So you have traffic pouring off the interstate. If people could just be careful for a couple more days. I know it's been trying, and it's been difficult to get around, especially right now. But just if you could have patience a couple more days, it's going to be there for a minute.
Well, I'm glad I didn't realize, I guess I thought immediately everything would go back to normal after everything was over. But you're saying, you're right. It's going to take a couple days to take down the big Ferris wheel and everything, right? That can't just come down immediately.
You got to fill the moat and everything.
Right. So there are a lot of games that are happening today over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Is that an easier location to get to or no?
Yeah, it's a little bit, well.
No, I guess not. Really, is what you're saying.
For me, and I have to be careful here because I live downtown. I know downtown very well. So immediately my head was like, okay, yeah, that's the way I'm going to do it. But the fact is that to get to Gainbridge, you have to go on Penn, which is a bottleneck as you get a block away to or from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That turns into a bottleneck. And then you have a West Washington Street closure that's going to run from 12:30 to 2:30 today. So that's going to affect people leaving Gainbridge more than coming to. But again, and this is why preparation is key, and I hope everybody looks at this. This Washington Street entrance ramp, the one that takes you to 65 from downtown.
Yeah.
That's out of commission. There's no ramps there. It's been demolished, and therefore that we're going to call that ramp closed.
Okay,
I would say so. Yeah.
Call it closed. Done.
Yeah. I'm going to use my traffic senses and say that ramp is closed for the moment. So you're going to have to use those West Street entrances, and say you're trying to do that around 2:30 this afternoon. That's going to be a lot of traffic. You're not going to be able to use West Washington Street. So, and I know I'm throwing a lot of street names out there, but again, just get out your GPS, your Google Maps, your compass, wind direction, whatever you use to plan for these things.
Right.
So just kind of check it out before you come down. You'll have a great time. I was out a little bit. It really is. We did it.
I know
so
it. That's
well,
really cool
Terry.
part of it. I mean, you really, again, we can really put. I know we're all focused on the NCAA, but NIT stuff is going on, and everything else. And it's Easter weekend and brunches, and I mean everything. And this city just does it up right. It looks great, other than the construction. but I mean, if you're a visitor, you just go to the hotel, right? You go to the hotel, you get yourself in. You're walking around downtown. You don't really notice all the construction. But
us locals, I mean, we complain about it, but man, you only get a construction zone every 2 or 3 blocks. What are we complaining about here?
You're right. You're absolutely right, man. I'm sorry, take it all back, especially because it's Easter. Kielynn has a question
for you. Every 10 feet, it's a new lane taken. So.
Oh my gosh, isn't that true? Most of the time, I feel like when big events like this are coming to town, we try to maneuver the city around to make it more appeasable for the people coming to town. So like with the All-Star games coming, they moved around some of the construction, reopened some lanes. Did we have any of that for this?
Oh, you mean like reopening of things?
Yeah, because we kept the 65 entrances closed. Did we see any of that?
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about these construction zones, these abominations on the south side of Madison Avenue and I-65 where you feel like you're a pressure cooker going through them. No, there wasn't any changes to that because these are long-term projects. For example, on Madison Avenue from Pleasant Run down to from Pleasant Run down to Terrace, that's going to be taken, they're reducing that part of East Street to Madison Avenue, East Street to 1 lane so they can add a bike path. So there's really nothing you can do there to bring in additional traffic into that corridor because everything on one side of the road is tore up. Now on I-65, that area between 465 and the South Split, that's where they're adding a lane. And again, with the work that's in place right now in this long-term construction project, you just can't really fight. You don't have a place to put the traffic, more traffic essentially. One thing I did know, and this could be good for people leaving the festivities this evening, is this entrance ramp from southbound 65 to Raymond is closed right now. You can't make that exit, and that wasn't there a few days ago. That's weekend work. So to your point, Kielynn, I think they've added more
Right, they added stuff instead of taking things away.
Take it away.
Brilliant.
But I know what you're talking about. It would be nice if, how they clean up the south side and the smell and everything for these kind of big events. It'd be nice if we could get to open a couple of lanes, but it's just not possible to be able to do that right now. But I'm with you. That would be awesome.
Matt Bair, you know what? We really appreciate you talking to us on Easter Sunday. Thank you for doing that, keeping us up to date. The world moves on. We just got to keep going, and at the moment, we're just thinking about traffic. So thanks for taking our call.
Hey, I've eaten 6 donuts this morning. That was my Easter ham. I couldn't be happier. I'm glad you got me before 3:30 because it's going to, okay. But thank you for letting me call in. I always appreciate you guys and love y'all so much.
We love you, Matthew. Come and see us on a Sunday one day and spend time with us. We appreciate you. You can hear Matt Bair again starting at 6 a.m. He'll get you around and also on the home drive, too. Matt, thank you so much. We'll take a break. 93 WIBC.
Tony Katz.
I have been advocating for being named the ambassador to bringing business to Indiana from places like New York and Illinois. I just haven't come up with a good name for it. And someone just suggested that I become the Indiana Czar of Development because I am a czar-type person. I don't think they were trying to insult, and I would spell it with the TS. It would be TSAR. Oh, 1,000%.
Tony Katz, mornings 6 to 9 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Good morning, it's Terri Stacy, and if you hate to paint, you need Rhino Shield. You know what I'm talking about. It's that time of year that we're all taking a look at what's going on inside and outside of our houses as spring has sprung. And I'm sure, like many, you're going to be seeing some cracks and chips in your paint, and you think, oh, it's been a couple years. This might be the year that we've got to do it again. Rhino Shield, call them, and you'll never have to paint your house again. It's a ceramic coating, and it's specifically formulated for our unique climate. It's unlike traditional painting contractors because Rhino Shield is a long-term solution. It comes in a variety of over 1,100 colors, can be mixed to your exact specifications, and it comes with a 25-year transferable warranty, ensuring your investment is protected for years to come. I love that. And right now, you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for your home for 15% off regular price. That offer is limited. Call them today, 888-RHINO-41, 888-RHINO-41, residential and commercial. Don't paint, no vinyl, go Rhino, and never paint your house again.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
What will your neighborhood feel like when you're older? Will you be able to get to the store? Will you find a bench when you need to rest? And will you still feel welcome in the spaces you've always loved? This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Aging well depends not only on what happens at home, but also in the communities that surround us. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Safe sidewalks, reliable transportation, accessible services are what allow older adults to stay active and connected. And without these, even simple errands can become overwhelming. Families and experts talk to emphasize that connection to community is what keeps people thriving, whether through public parks, libraries, neighbors lending a hand. And on Caregiver Crossing, we explore how to create places where older adults can belong and age with dignity. You can hear these conversations every Sunday morning on WIBC or visit joyshouse.org anytime. New weekly content is created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Relive a classic on the big screen. Stand By Me, the film and its stars 40 years later comes to Old National Center on Saturday, June 13th. See the movie and hear from Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Will Wheaton live on stage. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
And love is when you try to make it out alive, but you can't turn the radio down, and you can't think of anyone else.
This is Mona Lisa by Dominic Fike, who you might be listening to today if you go to the March Madness Music Festival here in downtown. The event opens at 3. Get there. Oh, good luck finding parking and everything. And while we're talking about music, or Mona Lisa and art, if you go over to the Stutz today, you can see the last bit of the Moco Festival, which is celebrating coffee and chocolate, and they have art made from coffee and chocolate. And
That's
some
cool.
chocolate samples. Head over there. Yeah, it's March Madness.
44 degrees, feels like 37, so bundle up a little bit. 14-mile-an-hour winds. She's Kielynn Talley, and I'm Terri Stacy. And as Indy gets set for the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship tomorrow night, UConn versus Michigan, 8 o'clock, Lucas Oil Stadium. Last week, I had a chance to talk to former Greenfield Central High School assistant basketball coach Josh Mullins. Now, you know that name by now. He and his wife, Katie, are the parents of last year's Indiana Mr. Basketball and now UConn freshman guard Braylon Mullins. Superstar right after the team beat Duke to take them to last night's Final Four games. And I asked Josh about that moment that many said was the best moment of the tournament so far. But Josh and Katie's phones have been ringing off the hook all week long, too. And I asked him, what was that like?
It's been
I don't know, a surreal moment, I guess, so to speak. I think a lot of people have called. I think it's a way to get close to Braylon without getting to Braylon. So people just kind of want to know, his parents' point of view. And like I said, it was an incredible moment, incredible shot. I don't think you could script it any different than it happened because it was just, I'm still in shock. It's been 48 hours and I'm still just, I can't believe that. He's all over the social media. He's all over everything, the TV.
Yeah.
You name it, he's on it.
Well, it's been really fun to watch social media this week as the name Braylon Mullins was the top trending story for so many days. Well, Josh, after that win against Duke, Braylon made the comment to CBS Sports, I think, that you, his dad, made life easier in college for him. So as the dad, your perspective, how did you do that?
Well, I think it was just more about putting discipline and structure in his life and early in his life. We do things one way, the right way. And I don't know if my way is the right way, but it was a way that I thought that, would help my kids benefit later on in life. I'm a realist, and the real world is not very nice. So if I can give it to them in a little bit different version where, maybe they're not always happy with me with how I do things or how I run stuff and, made them do things when they were younger. I felt like if it came from me and they're like, dang, my dad did that and, my coach and my boss did this, that doesn't really faze me. It's just kind of how I set it up for them. I gave them a path, created it for them, and now they just got to take it and run with it.
When did college scouts start to come around?
I would say sometime, his freshman year. I think his, freshman year is more like mid-major schools. Ball State, Indiana State, the Miami of Ohio's. Just smaller schools, and then, obviously had a good summer and a half, maybe 2 summers, and then that's when all the big ones came.
Josh, what made UConn Huskies men's basketball the right fit for Braylon, both athletically and personally?
I just think, for one, personally, I think just getting away from here a little bit would help him.
Yeah.
Go and create your own life, man. Get away from mom and dad. You don't have to rely on us anymore. We're still here. But you don't have to rely on us, kind of grow up a little bit, make your own decisions. And, we're not an hour or 2 down the road. So, those decisions might be a little bit tougher. And I just think the staff there, UConn staff, they're like us. They care. They're hard. They don't make things easy. And I just think they were the right fit for him, the way they play and, the way Coach Hurley and the staff holds him accountable. Because I feel like some don't. And I feel like that's where, accountability goes a long way. And I feel like a lot of kids don't have that in their life right now.
Let's talk about the father-son dynamic. You're Braylon's dad, and you were an assistant coach at Greenfield Central while he played, along with your twin boys. A lot of parents listening, they are going to be in that same role, take that same role of coach, whether that's Little League or whatever that may be. How do you separate Coach Josh from Dad Josh, especially after games?
Oh, that's the hardest thing you'll ever go through in your life. Because sometimes me being a former athlete and playing, I never knew how to shut it off. And I think sometimes you got to enjoy it a little bit. Maybe when they're younger, just let them enjoy a little bit because at that point, that's not when they're going to be at their very best, right? They're still growing, maturing, and, but I was still hard on them, but I still I could be hard and rip them and say something and then come back an hour later and change the whole thing and, be more loving and, it is hard. I don't know really how to describe that part other than try to enjoy it a little more. And maybe not in 3rd grade, act like they're getting ready to win the NBA or NCAA championships. But, I did. I'm not going to lie. I made a lot of mistakes. I'm not a perfect parent. And I will never claim to be. But like I said, we do things a certain way, and the boys know that. My wife knows that. And, we hold each other accountable, and, we just do the right things. It's just what it is.
There are great athletes that are just that. And then there are other great athletes that have great hearts and great character. What's something about Braylon that fans or media just don't see?
I don't know if there's something certain. He's just such a great kid. He really is. He's so humble. You wouldn't know. People in that level, that stage, you'd think they're arrogant and cocky, and he's far from it. But I mean, he does, man. Like he cares a lot about how people think about him, and he's just a great kid. But I wouldn't say there's just one thing that's unique about him, but I think he's learning as he goes. There's a lot of things he's learning through all this stuff. This shot will change his life forever. It won't never be the same. And I think he knows that, but he doesn't know that. But I think he's starting to get a little bit of a taste of it. I was like, man, you're the most searched person. You're the most famous person right now in the United States of America, maybe in the world, just because you hit a shot. And it's just something you're gonna have to live with and get used to. And he hates attention. He really doesn't like it. But I told him, I said, this is the best attention you'll ever get, man. So enjoy it and soak it up. And it's all for good reasons, I promise.
It is. Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that is Josh Mullins, and that was my conversation with him about being a dad and a coach to his son, Braylon. Certainly living a dream and playing in the NCAA championship game tomorrow night against Michigan at Lucas Oil Stadium. A Greenfield kid, a Greenfield family. Heard the coach last night of UConn say, talking about Braylon and mentioning his parents and his upbringing and his down-to-earthness. And he mentioned the community of Greenfield and why this young man is the way he is. And he mentioned everybody, the community of Greenfield, the parents. It's just, I think, a great story, and it certainly made a lot of new UConn fans as well. This is first day. I'm Terri Stacy along with Kielynn Talley.
I just can't stop thinking about all of these reactions to Braylon Mullins' shot.
I know it.
Dan Hurley's mom, did you see her epic 3-word reaction to it? Yeah, that was just so funny. That replays in my mind.
I know
and then they mentioned that Braylon's mom missed the iconic shot.
Katie, his mom, missed a shot?
She didn't get to see it. She missed it.
I didn't hear that. I didn't
she
know
put
that
her head in her lap, and then she missed it.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Boy, imagine that. I would watch it on repeat.
It was really good again last night. I think 15 points and came right out of the gate, with a 3-point shot. And he's just a great athlete. And congratulations to UConn and to Michigan, too, for making it as far as you have. We're glad you're here in Indianapolis. To all the visitors, I mean, it's really been fun to watch everybody in their different whoever they're supporting, all the different shirts and jerseys. And I know you all are spending a lot of money in a time when we all don't have a whole lot of money. You're doing it, right?
That's pretty perfect for a dollars and cents kind of segment. Thanks for the money.
All right. We are going to head into the newsroom. We've got another hour to go, and I think it's kind of cool. I want to talk about Holy Relics. It's a conversation I had about the Holy Relics that are in Washington, D.C., and we're going to talk about that and more as we continue here on the first day. Thank you so much for joining us here on WIBC. Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter! The news is next. 93 WIBC.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. It's madness time, and it's time to get that hair game back in the game. So if you're struggling with hair loss, now is the perfect time to contact We Grow Hair Indy. I recently had my procedure there, and these guys are the best. They answer every question. They take good care of you. They follow up. They've got doctors and nurses on call all the time. They use state-of-the-art technology. They use robotics. You're not going to be out of work very long. I'm telling you, these guys are the absolute best. I know it firsthand. I probably had a lot of the same questions you guys did, but I'm so happy I had the procedure. So set up a free consultation today. 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995, or visit WeGrowHairIndy.com and schedule that free evaluation today.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
From the Duke & Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, this is 93 WIBC HD1 Indianapolis.
He's rescued. I'm Roger Stern, Fox News. We're learning new details about the operation that led to the rescue of that missing airman down by Iran Friday. Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
A senior U.S. official telling Fox News it wasn't until Saturday morning that the CIA was able to confirm the location and that this was the individual they were trying to rescue. There was concern among the American government that this was an Iranian campaign to try and lure in U.S. forces and ultimately attack them. According to this official, on Saturday morning, the CIA director made sure that the U.S. Secretary of War, the Joint Chiefs Chairman, and the president himself were aware. And I'm told that within 8 hours, U.S. planes were on their way to Iran. And within 12 hours, there were boots on the ground to rescue this U.S. crew member. As all of this was taking place, there was a deception campaign behind the scenes.
Iran had offered a reward to anyone who would turn in the airman. The other crew member on the F-15 had already been rescued. NASA's Artemis II astronauts more than halfway to the moon. The crew, 3 Americans and 1 Canadian, will perform a lunar flyby on Monday before heading straight back to Earth. It marks the first crewed moon mission in more than 50 years, picking up where the Apollo program left off. But there's a problem on board. The toilet's been malfunctioning since liftoff. Mission Control has them using backup collection bags. A wildfire in Southern California that broke out Friday, now mostly under control. The Springs fire in Riverside County, about 60 miles east of L.A., has seen conditions improve. Firefighters say Santa Ana winds have eased, helping crews gain ground. America is listening to Fox News.
Get those W-2s ready. Tax season has arrived. It's the Fox Business Tax Tips. Fox News Radio's Jeannie Casola and Hillary Barsky are joined by the hosts of the Fox Business Network to provide you with the latest tips, tricks, and updates on filing your taxes. From deadlines to tax law changes to the latest deductions, we'll cover it all to make sure you keep that hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket. Listen and follow the Fox Business Tax Tips at foxnewspodcasts.com. Every weekday, it's your go-to source for staying informed and entertained. The Fox News Primetime Highlights Podcast, offering a curated selection of the most impactful moments of the Ingram Angle, Jesse Waters Primetime, Hannity, and Gutfeld. Listen and follow now so you never miss a moment of the action-packed highlights from these must-watch Fox News Channel shows. Go to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A chilly Easter, temperatures are dropping and it is 41 degrees in Indianapolis. I'm Renuka Bajpai. Here's what's trending at 12:03. After Easter celebrations, we are expecting frost during the night. From the National Weather Service, meteorologist Greg Mello reports.
Colder for the next few days. We're not expecting any precipitation over the next few days, so it'll be pretty dry. And yeah, so for tonight into tomorrow morning, we are expecting scattered frost across the area, and it looks like the best chances would be across the eastern half of our area, but really much of our area could see at least patchy frost, and expecting scattered for at least the eastern half of our area.
Gas prices are continuing to climb up. Indiana's average gas price is $4.10, last week being $3.98, and a month ago the price at $3.25. The cheapest gas is in Terre Haute at $3.78. Michigan dominated Arizona in a decisive 91-73 victory during the Final Four, securing their place in the NCAA tournament title game against UConn on Monday. The Wolverines showcased their offensive proneness and defensive discipline, leaving no doubt about their championship aspirations. The UConn Huskies put on a commanding performance last night, blending sharp offensive execution with lockdown defense that overwhelmed their opponent. Every possession felt controlled, every stop intentional, clear signs of a team locked in on a title run. The title game promises to be thrilling and a conclusion to an unforgettable March Madness. WIBC News Time 12:04. Here's the forecast from American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
On this Easter Sunday, chilly temperatures, but quiet conditions with decreasing clouds. Should get some sunshine. Today's high 53, partly cloudy tonight, a low of 39. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
I'm Renuka Bachpai, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
The April 15th deadline to file the FAFSA is fast approaching. When you complete the free application for federal student aid, you help your child access Indiana's nearly $400 million in financial aid, including programs like the 21st Century Scholarship. It also determines your student's eligibility for federal grants and scholarships for college or certificate programs. Visit studentaid.gov to get started. For complete information, go to learnmoreindiana.org/FAFSA. Paid for by the Indiana Commission for Higher Education.
You still got them walls from that metal shed that blew up a couple years back while you was playing with your chemistry set? It's all good. How about that big old chain link fence from when you and your cousin started that wrestling league as a tribute to Hulk Hogan? It's all good. R.I.P. Hope.
No matter what scrap metal you've got, it's all good with Solgood Industries. The best price for your scrap. Copper, aluminum, stainless, appliances, electronics, and more. Drop it all off for cash, residential and commercial. It's all good with Solgood. 317-929-1111.
Friends, and welcome to hour number 2 of the First Day Show. Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter to you, and it is a glorious day to be celebrating. I'm Terri Stacy, along with Kielynn Talley. Denny Smith is taking some time away from the show, and we hope he'll return here very soon. In the meantime, we carry on. Whatever you may be doing on this day, getting ready for your Easter feast or preparing for your Easter egg hunts, I hope this will be a wonderful day.
There are many holy relics associated with the life of Jesus Christ. Many were discovered centuries ago, and many are on display. Well, as a pilgrimage church, the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, D.C., maintains a treasury of relics, which include those of Jesus Christ and of his Passion. The National Shrine also preserves relics of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the woman who stood with her at the foot of the cross, and of the apostles. And joining us now is Dr. Geraldine Rohling, Dame of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great, and Archivist, Curator Emerita at the Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington. This is such an honor to have you with us, Dr. Rohling. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
First, please tell us about the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Please tell those that don't know what this magnificent historic place is.
Being partial as I am, it is a magnificent, grand and noble basilica dedicated to Mary under her title of the Immaculate Conception. And the reason for that title is because in 1847, the American bishops had gathered in Baltimore and chose Mary under this title to be the patroness of the United States. So we are a national shrine, and we are the patronal church of the United States. It is a place where all of the joys and the sorrows of the nation are remembered in prayer and devotion. And people from not only around the United States, but from around the world come and pray here. What makes us unique, and we truly are unique, you will find no other church in the world that has what we have. While we are not an apparition site, nor do we have miraculous images, what we do have is a world of Marian devotion under one roof. We have devotions from around the world, and each chapel or oratory carries the same graces and benefits as if you were to go to that spot in Europe or in Asia. You get the same graces and benefits if you do the same prayers and fulfill the same obligations. The other thing is we are very much like a demographics map in the respect that each chapel, particularly those from various ethnic groups, let you know by their dedication date exactly when that group came to the United States and had achieved enough stability to be able to donate a chapel. And everybody that donates a chapel, they want to do that because they want to bring or share their devotion. They want to share it with the rest of us in the United States. If we can go back to the relics of the Passion, let me clarify one thing. The only relics of Jesus that we have per se are those from the Passion and his death. Normally, a first-class relic, the best you can have, is considered to be an actual particle of the person. We don't have particles of Jesus. So these are all items that were part of pretty much the 14 stations of the cross. The apostles and Mary, we don't even have a particle of Mary because she also was assumed into heaven under our tradition. But what we do have are a particle from her veil or something from her home in Ephesus where she stayed after the crucifixion. The tradition of the veneration of the relics of Jesus began around the 3rd or 4th century in Jerusalem when the whole pilgrimage practice started to take off a little bit, shall we say, and people would travel from around the world being Europe at the time, to go to Jerusalem and to take part in this. Now, you got to remember that if you went on pilgrimage in those days, chances of you returning home were very small. Some writers called it a death sentence because they talk about brigands and robbers and whatnot who would accost you on your way. And everything was, for the average person, it was on foot. So, it took a while. And the best account we have of the first veneration of the relics in Jerusalem is by a woman from Spain, and her name is Egeria. Some scholars refer to her as Etheria, but she was reportedly to be either a wealthy laywoman or a nun. But it is her account, a rather detailed account, and it's available. Read it online as a PDF, but it is her account that gives us the most detail of the first time the veneration of the relics of Jesus' passion and death occurs.
We'll take a quick break. More with Dr. Geraldine Rohling, Dame of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great, and Archivist, Curator Emerita at the Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington. This is 93 WIBC.
As America celebrates 250 years, WIBC takes you inside the moments that built a nation.
The Spirit of 76, a 1-minute look at this day in the Revolution, the battles, debates, and turning points that transformed a collection of colonies into these United States.
Weekday mornings at 7:35 and 11:35, and afternoons at 3:35 and 6:35, or anytime on demand at WIBC.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Party people, it's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show, and you've heard me talking about my success at Premier Weight Loss Indy. I was Fatty McButterpants, right? I can admit it. I was well on my way to 300 pounds. I lost a little weight on my own, but then I hit a plateau and I gained a little back. I couldn't lose anymore. So I reached out for help, and I've been with Premier Weight Loss Indy since November. Since I partnered with them, I'm down nearly 30 pounds. My energy level is up. My muscle mass is up. All the numbers are trending in the right direction. Reaching out to Premier Weight Loss Indy was the best decision that I made. And if they can help a guy like me, I promise you, they can do wonders with you. So do not wait.
Go to pwlindy.com. You are going to love the way you feel. They have 2 different locations, pwlindy.com. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's JMV, and the team at Miss M's and Sundown Gardens is ready for spring with spring annuals, lush tropicals, and flowering trees arriving daily. You'll find exactly what you need. Visit with ideas and questions and leave with the plan and the plans to turn your porch, patio, and yard into your dream outdoor living space. Miss M's and Sundown Gardens has everything to make your yard into a place you love. Miss M's in Bargersville on State Road 135 just south of Whiteland Road, and Sundown Gardens in Westfield at 186 and Spring Mill Road.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
After my injury, I lost my sense of purpose.
I lost my peace of mind.
My independence.
I lost the ability to tuck my daughters into bed.
My sense of safety.
These veterans are just a few of the men and women we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For nearly 1,800 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. We build specially adapted homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and pull-down cabinets that allow them to live independently and focus on their recovery and family. This life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free, thanks to donors and supporters.
Homes for Our Troops gave me stability. Financial freedom to grow our family.
A mental reset. A home where I can be a dad.
Homes for Our Troops gave me a brighter future.
We need you to join us in completing our important mission. Learn more at hfotusa.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad
Indianapolis
Council.
Public Library. More than just books. Visit your local branch today.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day. Too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely, but thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
You love me when you didn't have to, but you did, and you do, and he knew. Thank God for giving me you.
Welcome back to the first day on this Easter Sunday. I'm Terri Stacy. Kielynn Talley is here. And if you're just joining us, we've been talking to Dr. Geraldine Rohling, Dame of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory of the Great and Archivist Curator Emerita at the Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington, D.C., which maintains a treasury of relics, which include those of Jesus Christ and of his Passion. Thank you so much for sticking around through the break, Dr. Rohling. We were talking about the veneration of the relics. Is there something among the collection that is especially important to you?
I have to say, the one part of the veneration that I find just touches me in a way that I cannot explain. Their practice was the titulus, which is the title that you always see at the top of the cross, which explains why Jesus is being crucified. And so in the Latin, we use the term titulus. And after the crucifixion, when they take the body down, any remnants or things that they don't need anymore, they bury. The Romans would bury. And they found St. Helena, the mother of Constantine, finds the titulus. And that's one of the objects that was kept for veneration. And the Bishop of Jerusalem would bring out the titulus, and they would put it on a table, and then the people would line up. And this is what I absolutely loved. They would press the titulus to their forehead so that it was like to impress a memory upon you, so that you would remember this moment.
The relics that you do have, I want to hear about them, and I want to hear about you personally as you experienced seeing these relics for the first time.
The relics we have pretty much go with every step of the Stations of the Cross, except we do have what is said to be from the table, a stone or something from the table of the Last Supper, or a stone from the Garden of Gethsemane, something from the pillar where Jesus was scourged, the purple garment that he was clothed in, a spine from the crown of thorns. Now, let me tell you about that.
Okay.
That's interesting. People always think of our little rose bushes, and that's why I use the word, it's not a thorn, it's a spine. And when I say the word spine, you have a different impression in your mind.
A little bigger, longer.
Exactly. That is it, exactly. And these things were very long. We have a spine, we have stones from Calvary, shavings from the spike or the nails. Again, we say nails, but they really are more like spikes. A little bit of the sponge that was used to give Jesus a drink of vinegar, the reed that was used to hoist it up, the lance that was thrust into his side, and the burial cloths and bindings. Now, when I say that, people have asked me, do you have particles from the Shroud of Turin? I said, no, because the Jewish burial tradition used different cloths and bindings. The ones that we have are the pieces that were placed, the cloths that were placed over his face and bound over his face, which are separate and different than the Shroud of Turin. There was a different burial practice at the time. So those are some of the things from Jesus' passion and death.
Is there any particular piece that has truly moved you when you saw it? Something that, one of the relics that you have, which are so precious that you have them?
Yes, there is. And oddly, it's not a relic in the true sense that people generally think. Well, actually, there are two. And this one, I looked at it, and all of these things have a little tag with a little inscription, calligraphy inscription of what it is. And this one is written in very old Dutch, which is curious. And it basically says that it's an oil lamp from the monastery of St. Catherine's in Sinai. And that is the oldest, reported to be the oldest existing monastery in the world. And it is believed to be on the site of the burning bush.
Oh, wow.
And there is an oratory there called the Oratory of the Burning Bush, where there is an eternal flame that is there. This little oil lamp, it looks like a little teardrop, and it has this rather lovely gold netting around it so you could carry it. It's no bigger than maybe 1.5 inches, but there's still oil in it.
Wow.
And there is still a wick in it. And the practice was that you would go to St. Catherine's in Sinai and you would buy one of these little things and you would light the oil lamp and bring it home with you. So you were bringing the light of God home with you.
Goodness, I love that story.
Yeah.
Which relic do you think that visitors really tend to connect with the most?
I think it depends on their particular devotion. Everybody always, during the veneration of these relics, they always immediately touch those from the Passion of Jesus, and particularly cross. And then if they have particular devotion to one of the apostles or Mary, then they always touch that. And then everybody tries to touch every one. And I encourage people, while the venerating is important, I said more than that. This is supposed to be a vehicle that leads you into prayer. It's not supposed to be the end or the most important thing. You have to think of saints and all of this as prayer partners, because we do not worship the saints. We venerate them, which is different. We worship Jesus. We don't even worship Mary. We venerate Mary. But Jesus and God and the Holy, that Trinity is the only thing that we worship. Everything else is just veneration. So you think of them as prayer partners, that when you are in need of prayer, you ask them to help you pray. Okay.
How do you preserve these relics?
They are all wrapped and contained in very special boxes with very special paper. Most of everything has to be acid-free, so that nothing contaminates the original. And I keep them separate. I do not let them, one touch another. If you've ever seen any of those, documentaries they do. In fact, I was watching, it was on Turin. They were doing some of the stuff on Turin, and I looked at it and I said, well, that's what I wear. That's what I do. I also did some work with the relics of Cardinal Fantuan, whose cause is moving forward, but he was imprisoned in Vietnam and in solitary confinement for years. And I had quite an experience touching his items and using his items. When it comes to relics, in the end, for me and for all of my, like on Good Friday, all the ministers who help out with the veneration, they all walk away with the same impression. It is the faith of the people coming to this moment. I don't even know how to explain it. It is so intense, and it is so intimate. I mean, it is phenomenal, and our people stand there and they protect or they guard the reliquary, but they are also there to silently offer prayer with these people who are coming, and these people are coming seeking solace, seeking comfort, seeking healing, seeking solutions to problems, and it is their faith. I mean, it gave me a whole new understanding of that story about the woman who seeks to touch Jesus' hem of his garment. And I watch these people, and I am just brought to my knees by the depth of their faith.
Dr. Geraldine Rohling, Dame of the Pontifical Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great, activist and curator emerita at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. I highly recommend you check nationalshrine.org to take tours, and getting to Washington, D.C. would be such an amazing trip to see the Basilica. And it is such a pleasure to have you with us, and I hope you'll come back and see us again.
Thank you for having me, Terry. This has been a pleasure of mine, and I've enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and blessings to you, too.
And happy Easter to you and your family, too. Before we get to the newsroom, a lot of you are starting the day with a lot of chocolate, if not yesterday. This year, Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs are the top-selling Easter candy nationwide. I love them. Hey, the news is next. 93 WIBC.
Juice, Mom. Juice, juice, juice. Mommy, why are we going to the store? Mom, I want juice. Mom, juice, juice, juice. Mommy, juice, juice, Mom. Juice, juice, juice.
Your child will have different needs at different stages of life, and that includes the car seat. That's right, the car seat. A car seat isn't one size fits all. You have to have the right seat based on your child's age, weight, and height. See, car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. But there's a website that gives you all the information you need. safercar.gov/the right seat. You'll find out about types of seats, when to have a seat rear-facing, when to switch it to forward-facing, when it's time for a booster seat, and when it's time for your child to ride in the back seat with a seatbelt. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's Terri Stacy, and Premier Deck Coating has really changed our life when it comes to saving us time and money, preparing and protecting our deck year after year. I love what they've done for us. Premier Deck Coating is the ultimate deck protection, sister company of Rhino Shield you've heard me talk about, locally owned, and we have noticed such a difference in the appearance of our deck since they put it on a couple years ago. No more stains now that we have Premier Deck Coating. Completely transformed the deck with this special formulated product. It's backed by a 10-year warranty, and virtually any color that you want. They'll sand the walking surfaces, repair the damaged boards, and then apply their Protect Deck and Railing coating. And that repels mold, moisture, resists scratches, and keeps your deck looking great for years to come. They can do fences too and pergolas. Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. We love what they've done for us, and you can get a free quote right now. Visit premierdeckcoating.com.
When faced with complex challenges, there are people who come together to use their skills and connections to solve problems and transform lives. That's us. We are Rotary, a global network of people taking action to make the world a better place. We work with community partners to build green spaces for all to enjoy and to connect with nature and each other. We support local youth through mentorship and literacy programs, developing life skills that lead to academic success and personal growth. We're committed to causes that improve lives everywhere, building peace and economic opportunity, providing access to healthcare and clean water, and ending polio forever. We are people of action. Find your cause and take action with us. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Donate today at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Fox News, I'm Sue Gussman. Thousands of U.S. Army paratroopers arriving in the Middle East as the buildup intensifies.
The president has hinted he might consider taking Karg Island, but U.S. bombs recently cratered its landing strip, or ordering an operation to grab nearly 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium buried inside the Isfahan tunnels, or to demine the Strait of Hormuz.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. The FBI says the shooter who drove his truck in a synagogue near Detroit March 12th, Ayman Ghazali, was inspired by the Islamic terror group Hezbollah.
Ghazali tried buying a weapon at a couple of stores that turned him away until he was able to buy an AR-style rifle and 300 rounds near his home in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. That next night and the following morning, he was searching online for things like the largest gathering of Israelis in Michigan.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. America's listening to Fox News.
Jesus loves.
Welcome back to the first day. Terri Stacy and Kielynn Tally. Well, if you're headed to Easter brunch, how would you like to be able to put away your phone and get a gift from the restaurant for doing so? Would you do it? Chick-fil-A says put the phones away and we're going to give you an ice cream cone for free. They're calling it the Cell Phone Coupe Challenge, and they want you to enjoy a meal without technology. And don't know if any of the Chick-fil-A's around Indiana are participating, but many locations around the country are giving this a try. I like this idea. In the most recent legislative session, Indiana lawmakers demonstrated a desire to take meaningful steps to address concerns about youth safety and well-being in online online spaces. And the discussions were not without input either from parents and educators and youth advocates. It's a topic that has the attention of lawmakers and parents around the world. And the Indiana Youth Institute improves the well-being of Indiana's children by supporting youth-serving organizations and professionals through data and research and professional development and advocacy. Joining us now is President and CEO Tami Silverman. Tami, hi.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you.
The latest research says that even kids are starting to get that social media can be really unhealthy.
It is. You know, and I think we've had some hints and clues, and this has been something that's been talked about for quite some time, is what are the pros and cons of social media and how much is too much. But there was a recent study just out in 2025 where, as you said, the kids themselves said it may be too much. And precisely 45% of U.S. teens believe they spend too much time on social media. And that's up quite a bit from just a couple years prior. And they said, you know, that there's still some benefit, right? So it's not 100% one way or the other, but they're saying they think it's too much. It's too much. And so it really then becomes a question of how do we right size? How do we put in those protections? And those may be at the family level, or they may be at the policy level, to make sure that we are providing the protective and supportive and intentional space for kids to use social media.
Well, on that final day of the legislative session, lawmakers sent a pair of bills to the governor meant to crack down on children's exposure to addictive digital features. So what does that mean for students in Indiana right now as we go forward?
You know, what it means is that we are paying attention. We're learning more, and we're saying, look, you know, really we don't need to have constant access all the time. We need to, again, make sure that as parents and youth-serving professionals and policymakers, that we know what's out there and that we hold some of those providers responsible for what is going before our kids. You know, we know that social media, while it can have some of those helpful connection points, it does also relate to heightened anxiety, comparison between kids, and cyberbullying. So both girls and boys experience those negative effects. So, you know, we're saying keep phones out of school space, make sure that learning is the main focus. And kids are also telling us they value those real in-person connections.
Tell us about some steps that families can do as we head into the summer months.
There are a few things immediately that we can all do, right, for the kids in our life. So we can help shape those healthy digital habits by making sure we're using those parental controls and the device settings, and that we're even thinking about each of our children individually on who needs access to what and is that age appropriate. We definitely want to make sure that we're protecting sleep by keeping phones outside of the bedrooms overnight and establishing those guidelines. And then you want to make sure that you're actually co-viewing and coaching social media feeds, privacy settings, content with your teens. That's how they're going to learn what is healthy, what is safe, and what isn't, right? This isn't something you want to try to do behind the scenes or trick them or fool them, anything. You want to do it with your kids, right? And have this be a part of this is how we take care of the kids that we care about. You know, and again, then you can go on to schools and youth-serving organizations a lot. There are a lot of activities that happen across the summer. You know, make sure that there is also a support of healthy tech use. And so make sure that there are phone-free routines as part of that. It doesn't mean it's exclusively phone-free, but some phone-free components. And then those digital health skills. So again, emotional awareness, cyberbullying prevention, content creation, you know, helping kids figure out what is real and what isn't real on social media is a big deal as well. And so they need caring adults. Kids need caring adults helping them navigate this. It's pretty sticky and it's hard to keep up with. So we all need to lean in and make sure our kids are safe when they go online.
Tami Silverman is with us. She is the president and CEO of Indiana Youth Institute, IYI.org. Is there ever been any information that says at what age a child should have a phone?
Yeah, we've asked that. And actually, Dr. Lisa D'Amour is a wonderful expert in this area, and we've had her at a couple of our events. And one of the things she talks about is to start small and test it with each child, because she's a clinical psychologist. She said sometimes, even in the same household, one child may be able to self-regulate and identify what's healthy or not, or walk away from social media at a certain time. And another child, even in the same home, may struggle a little bit more. So she suggests starting small, start with a couple of opportunities for them to connect with friends digitally that you absolutely know, and then ease into some of those other apps, test it and see how it goes, and then calibrate your response based on how that child reacts.
Do you think that Facebook and Instagram and all the social media platforms are out there are doing their very best, or does more need to be done?
I would say there's more for all of us to do, right? And so it's not those entities, but it's also from youth serving programs, youth, engaging families within our own homes. And again, it's not an all or nothing component. There are some benefits, and kids say, expressing their creativity, maintaining some of those friendships. It used to be when you go away from summer camp, maybe you don't see those friends anymore. And there are some positive aspects. We just all really need to be paying attention. We do need to be aware that there are some apps that the algorithms are conditioned to and set up with the, I would say the developmental minds of teens at their center. And when that's the case, we really need to be paying attention to if our kids have access to those and how we're limiting that and supervising that. Or maybe we just decide those ones that are looking for kind of those still learning, growing minds, maybe those are off limits for our kids. I think one of the things is teens themselves, again, are telling us that they're concerned, that they think that social media has what they've said, a mostly negative effect on people their age. They're saying, let's step away. Let's actually hang out with our friends. Let's hang out with real people that we know. Let's be in proximity. Let's go out and do activities in our own community and prioritizing that. So, there is a recognition that too much, sometimes kids think they want to eat ice cream all day until it doesn't feel good anymore. They're telling us now, step up, guys. Like, it's time for us to step away, and we're going to need some adult help to do that.
Oh, that's all. You know what? I feel better. I think these conversations make me feel better about the future of the young people. And that's because of great people and organizations like the Indiana Youth Institute. Tami Silverman leads them as the president and CEO. They provide resources and training and consulting to really strengthen nonprofits and mentoring programs with a goal of ensuring each child has at least 5 supportive adults. Go to IYI.org for more. Tami, thank you. Anything else before we let you go?
Always a pleasure. Again, the data is available. If anybody wants to dive into the research behind this, please just go to our website. It's out there for anyone who's interested.
We will talk to you next time. She'll be back. Tami, thank you so much. We appreciate you all.
Same to you. Thanks so much.
All right. On this Easter Sunday, Kielynn Talley, she's next with some food news right here on the first day. Happy Easter, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the first day. 93 WIBC.
Matt Bair knows how to break the traffic press.
I-70 is packed tight. There's a blue Chevy trying to drive the lane, but it's facing tough D from the semi.
Matt Bair sees the openings, finds the best routes, and keeps you moving.
Watch out. 465 Construction is using a wicked zone with cones blocking the right side, forcing everyone into the middle.
Matt Bair traffic.
Complete gridlock in the paint.
Navigating traffic madness.
Fast break on I-69. Hit the gas.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B. Console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C. Take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D. Help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Over 1 million people would like to quit smoking.
That's why we're offering free nicotine replacement products to help. You can get 4 weeks of patches, gum, or lozenges, free while supplies last.
Simply call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Quit Now Indiana will help you break your tobacco addiction.
No lectures.
No pressure.
Just free help.
You can quit your way with the tools and support you need.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW today.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad
Look through
Council.
your children's eyes, and you will discover the true magic of a forest. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now's the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Got friends or family who are hearing impaired? We've got you covered. Watch our shows aired live with closed captioning provided by Relay Indiana, making every moment accessible for all. Go to youtube.com/@WIBC to watch live and don't miss a moment.
When this world's behind me and we see it's all true, you'll know where to find me. I know that I'll find you in heaven. In heaven, I'll come and find you in heaven.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is the first day on Easter. Happy Easter to you and your family. Hope it's a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. If you are doing your Easter egg hunts, if you, I'm sure, maybe some church services and worshiping today, and maybe then you also have a little food. A little Easter feaster.
We do like our food. And hey, if you are doing your Easter egg hunts, try and find all of them. I know we always do because then lawnmowers go over them and whatnot. But it's supposed to frost tonight. So if you don't, you're going to get some frozen candy to find later on.
It's a little brisk. The wind is blowing pretty hard, and it's a little brisk this morning, at least this morning. I understand the sun's going to shine here later on today. We need to have some good weather for Post Malone and all the great concerts that are happening on American Legion Mall later today.
Mm-hmm. But something that always makes us a little happy is food. If you're looking forward to our food. Terry?
Is it food news time?
It is food news time.
Let's
We're going to do it. Terry, do you have an Easter food tradition?
No. I don't know why. We just don't. Every year it's a little different. This year what we're having? Kentucky Fried Chicken. and now we'd made the sides.
God bless the people who work there.
That's what we're having.
It.
And it's just something everybody had a craving for. We hadn't had it for a while, and we're going to have Kentucky Fried.
Yeah, you know what? We switch it up too. It's never just a one thing. It's not like Thanksgiving where you just, okay, it's turkey. We did lasagna this year.
Oh, we did that
But
at
that's
Christmas.
a great one too. You can't go wrong.
No, I know ham is the tradition.
But hey, some deviled eggs.
Have you seen deviled eggs? Yeah, I do love those. That should be a tradition in my place. The creations this year of everybody trying to make the Easter lamb cakes. Have you seen?
I have not seen those.
It's a cake, your normal cake, your box cake, whatever kind of cake, and then you form it into a lamb. And then
I've seen the Easter bunny, but the lamb, that sounds a little bit past my pay grade.
Laying down lamb. So there's no legs you need to create, but the faces on some of your Easter lamb cakes are a little horrifying. But give it a go, and it doesn't matter. It tastes good.
Well, thinking of deviled eggs, I have something that you could possibly add to your deviled eggs instead of just the mayonnaise and egg yolk filling.
Oh?
I've got some Amazeball spread that you can try adding in. That's what we're going to be tasting today. But before we get to that, I do want to tell you about the Moco Festival. I mentioned it earlier, and that is where I got this Amazeball spread. And it's a wonderful festival. It's celebrating coffee and chocolate, and who doesn't love those two things? They also have a ton of artwork made from coffee and chocolate. So go over, check out all the art, see all the vendors, and try some good food like this Amazeball spread. I met Brittney Baxter, owner of Eat Surreal, with her plant-based spreads that you can use on sandwiches, eat with crackers and pretzels, and they're almost too good to describe, and she'll do it best for us. Brittney, tell us about these Amazeball spreads.
Our spreads are so delicious, we call them Amazeball, but they're dairy-free, nut-free, and gluten-free. You wouldn't even know it. Our bestseller has everything bagel seasoning on top and smoked carrot inside. You can find them at over 40 locations around Indianapolis.
It's plant-based. What are some of those bases that you include in your spreads?
Yeah, so our bestseller is coconut oil based, and we have, just like a classic party cheese ball, several flavors that are coconut oil based. We've got a handful that are sunflower seed based, so they have more of a hummus-like texture. And then we make some deli-style salads with various ingredients.
Now, your variety of tastes and flavors that come through your spreads, talk about some of those. You don't have to go through all of them, but
Sure.
tell us about some of these flavors that people can expect.
Yeah, so the savory bestseller with the everything seasoning, everyone loves everything seasoning. And then our other bestseller is pizza. Everyone loves pizza. It's great to put on crackers, veggies, bagels. And then we've got some spicy ones that are truly spicy, as well as some sweets. And our sweet spreads are sweetened with fruit, so it's not a sugar sweet. Our best-selling sweet is date sweetened with a fruit jam I make inside with figs, cherries, apricots, a little balsamic, and a little roasted garlic. Keep that umami flavor up.
With Eat Surreal, there are 14 different flavors that you can choose from. Does Eat Surreal do anything else besides spreads?
We just started making a smash patty, 4 3-ounce patties you can buy from us at the market, maybe soon to be in stores. And I've got some foodie ideas. You can find us at the Feast of Lanterns at the end of the summer, where we do a snack box that includes a spread, and we have a gluten-free and vegan option for the snack box. So we're all inclusive here.
I like it. You talked about maybe bringing those in store. You are in store at some locations with your spreads, though. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so over 40 retail locations around the central Indiana area, like Smoking Goose or Goose the Market. You can find us at Good Earth and Georgetown Market. Side Door Bagel, they use us as their dairy alternative schmear, and they sell some of our spreads in their cold case, as well as our Carrot Lox product. So if you don't eat smoked salmon and you like carrots, definitely give the Carrot Lox a try. And then the Amelia's Bread locations and Needler's grocery stores, you'll find our spreads.
Any last things?
Well, you don't have to be dairy-free, nut-free, gluten-free to enjoy our spreads. They are good for everyone. It's great to have something that you can enjoy as well as your friends that might have some sort of dietary restrictions.
EatSurreal.com and find them at these locations to get some of this Amazeball spread. Brittney, thank you.
Thank you, Kielynn.
It is wonderful. We're trying the cherry bourbon cocoa Amazeball, which is a perfect little dessert spread that you can have. Terry is eating it right now with some pretzels and strawberries. And then we also got the Amazeball pizza spread. And you can check her out. The Moco Festival is still happening today at the Stutz. Go and check it out. Meet Brittney and try some of this Amazeball spread. And while we're doing that, and while Terry is feeding herself, I want to get to some other food news because this week, more than 400,000 Kit Kats went missing. Roughly 12 tons of candy bars just out of nowhere. They were being transported into Europe and poof, gone. And Kit Kat even posted, they were like, this isn't an April Fool's joke. Someone really stole 12 tons of Kit Kats. And all of these different brands are going crazy with it, like Domino's and DoorDash. They're all saying, they're making jokes off of this Kit Kat heist, if you will. The Domino's said, we would like to share our thoughts and condolences with Kit Kat following their recent sad news. On a completely unrelated note, we're pleased to announce we'll now be selling a new Kit Kat pizza. It's just a hilarious little bit. In some other news, ice cream may no longer be air quote bad for you. This was from the Today Show.
Eating ice cream actually is good for your mental health.
Why do only two have sprinkles?
Okay.
I'm not a big sprinkle guy.
You requested no sprinkles.
An article in the SciTech Daily.
No sprinkles.
I don't know.
I'm a loser.
There are health benefits. So here's the deal. Article looks at some big studies that have researchers a little baffled. They say that people who eat more ice cream sometimes had a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. They think there could be a couple of reasons. Folks who are at risk are told by the doctors to cut out dessert like ice cream, but people who otherwise live healthy lives don't feel like they need to restrict themselves.
Is this part of your secret?
Exactly. That's right. In studies like these, people tend to underreport the bad foods they're eating. So there you go.
Either way.
What's the study?
I don't care.
You just want ice cream. It's the only reason we did the story, so you can have ice cream.
Hey, we'll take it. Who doesn't like a little good excuse to eat some ice cream? Speaking of ice cream, I want to give you some good food deals. You know how much I love those. Speaking of ice cream, Dairy Queen is doing their BOGO Blizzard for 99 cents through April 6th. That's tomorrow. So if you haven't gotten your buy one, get one Blizzard for 99 cents, you can go do that through their Dairy Queen rewards. And then free fries and Frosty from Wendy's tomorrow. On the 7th, so tomorrow, if someone dunks during the championship game, Wendy's is giving everybody free fries and Frosty. And then if you download the Cheesecake Factory app, you can get a free slice of cheesecake with any purchase. So all you have to do is create an account and get an app. And then tomorrow is also National Acai Bowl. I will be posting some of those deals on our Facebook page, First Day with Terri Stacy. I hope you're able to take advantage of some of those food deals because that acai bowl, yep, it's calling my name. Make you feel a little bit like spring with this cold weather.
That's right. Listen, we are so grateful that you were able to join us here today on this Easter Sunday, and we appreciate you doing just that. I know it's a fun day, a busy day with family and friends. Enjoy the rest of it. Stay bundled up if you're headed outside because it is a little chilly out
Enjoy the last of your Final Four weekend and into the championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, go
Love
UConn,
it all.
if I may. It's been a fun weekend. Downtown Indianapolis, you do it right every time. You host things so well, and that makes us proud. All right, let's give everybody our final goodbyes, Kielynn.
Happy Easter.
News is next. 93 WIBC.
Like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the
active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
The team at Miss M's and Sundown Gardens is ready for spring. With spring annuals, lush tropicals, and flowering trees arriving daily, you'll find what you need. Visit with the ideas and questions, leave with a plan, and the plans to turn your porch, patio, and yard into your dream outdoor living space. Miss M's and Sundown Gardens has everything to make your yard into a place you love. Miss M's in Bargersville on State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road, and Sundown Gardens in Westfield, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
I'm the thread that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
1 in 6 seniors face